Elegbete TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values. Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead.
And that's all, folks. It's Elegbete TV Radio. Follow us on social media at Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa. That's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV Radio. For undiluted, unadulterated, it's probably replicated but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV Radio. I seriously love listening to it.
Hello, everybody. What's up, people? My name is Timi Dakolo, and you're listening to Elegbete TV Radio. Stay tuned.
Yes, in my secondary school days, they used to say, Mr. Ojo used to say, one man's meat is another man's poison. I didn't know what he meant at the time because I grew up in a household where meat was scarce. We ate a lot of fish, but meat was not really available to everybody. So when he said one man's meat is another man's poison, I was always wondering. And then somewhere along the line, one musician used it in his music. One man's meat is another man's poison, yo. I don't know. Yes, African China, but somehow I was always wondering, one man's meat is another man's poison. How? But last night, just like in 2010, when every other team was complaining about the Jabulani, I talked about it yesterday. That the Jabulani was so bad, but somehow Spain went all the way to the finals and won the World Cup. That's because they played the Jabulani in a tiki-taka way. And one man who also played in Spain for Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine, did not bother whether you give him Jabulani or you give him 3-star. He was his time and he was never going to miss that opportunity. You know how they say when preparation meets opportunity, success is the outcome. The marriage between preparation and opportunity produces success. Then Arsenal last night were not prepared. They were not prepared. Halfway, they were not prepared at all. Yes, they had one half of the opportunity to put them one leg firmly in the finals, but guess what? You know how they say bad workman will always blame his tools. Yes, I've heard some bizarre excuses in football. I grew up in football. I studied football. I'm a student of football. I'm still learning. But at this level, my football knowledge is a professorial knowledge. It's not a show-off, it's the fact. If there's anybody who's good in this game, I'm equal, if not better than them in this game. And one of the things that I've seen a team lose a match and they blame the sauce. Yes, the host, the sockets that they were wearing. That the thread of the sauce was not good. That's why they lost that one. And I've seen that happen before. But then at the same time, I always put myself and say, why would this be the excuse? Why would somebody be giving this type of excuse? But then along the line, you just tell yourself, okay, don't worry, it will come true. Because in this life, sometimes some people give excuses that suit their narrative. Yes, somebody give excuse that suit their narrative. A 45-year-old man once sued his family, his father, that his father have to pay him 50 million. His father and mother needs to pay him 50 million so that he can live. And in court, he said he was not consulted before he was born. And he does not know how to live in this life. That where he was before, he was living well. So to bring him down to this place without anything, they must give him 50 million to settle him because adulthood is too hard. Well, guys, a shocker. He won the case in court. You know how they say in court, it's not what you can say, it's what you can prove. Well, this time around, this man will lose the case in any court he takes it to. Arteta have lost matches because of bad officiating. Arteta have lost matches because of incompetence of his players. Arteta have also lost matches because of poor tactical selection. Arteta have lost matches because Arsenal refused to sign players. And we understand that. I've always said that there are two Arsenal football clubs. This one, this average Holocaust club that I happen to support, and then there is another Arsenal football club. They are both in London. One is visible, one is in the imagination. Yes, one is created by that company called AFTV. Yes, that is run by Robbie R. That one is a lot more famous, a lot more popular. But the funny thing is that club does not play matches. In the eyes and minds of the fans of AFTV, that Arsenal is the best club in the world. In short, their players, Bukayo Saka is the greatest player of all time. Oh, Martin Odegaard is the best midfielder, better than Maradona and Zidane put together in their imagination of delusion world. There's Disneyland, and then there's Delusion Land for Arsenal fans that follow AFTV. Yeah, so in their eyes and minds, Arsenal is the biggest club in the world, even better than Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Juventus, AC Milan, Liverpool, and the rest. Yes, because Liverpool took a break of 1 or 2 seasons, and Arsenal came and challenged Man City for the title. All of them think, oh, Arsenal should be winning the league, should be winning the Champions League. With this squad that they have, who can win the league with Kai Havertz leading the line? With Gabriel Jesus, okay, not a performing miracle. He cannot unstop deaf ear. He cannot walk on top of water. He cannot turn water to wine, but they want to win the league with him. I don't know. That Arsenal is the one that the delusional minds of the AFTV fans created, and they believe that every player in that team is the best. The defenders are the best, better than what's it called, Franco Baresi and Paulo Maldini, better than Costa Curta, Nesta, Paulo Maldini, and whoever. Better than any defense that you've ever seen in your life, even Yapstam and Baresi. Yes, that's the way they feel. That's the way the Arsenal fans feel. But the reality is, what is on Arsenal fan TV is not what is on ground. Arsenal was playing at home yesterday at the Emirates Stadium, but it felt like Newcastle were the home team. For every move that Arsenal had, Newcastle have answers to it. Every move, every shake, even the famous corner kick. Everybody now have answers to Arsenal's questions. Well, we don't know what's going to happen tonight. It's going to be Liverpool versus Postinor. Sorry, Angie Postecoglou. Slot. Does Slot need PDD's baby oil to pregnate them, or Postinor will stop the pregnancy from happening? Okay, they take Postinor after the act, not before the act. Yes, where my nurses and my roadside chemist people here? What is that thing you take before the action so that you don't get pregnant? Okay, condom. Yes, can Newcastle defense put condom so that Mo Salah and co do not deliver? I don't know, but I'm having fun this morning. I don't know about you. 8 minutes on the clock already on the show this morning, and I'm having fun. My name, I've even forgotten to tell you my name. My name is Daffy Matthews. He loves to come in the on Spurs. 2025. My business is to come on this microphone and have fun. As if you don't like it, there's nothing I can do. There are more problems in this country, and I'm not sure I'm going to be the one for you. Yes, my problem, if I'm your problem, then you don't have a problem, to be very honest. Have you seen the convoy of your president? Have you calculated the salaries of your senators? Have you calculated the salaries of your representative in your state? What is wrong with you? Why would I be a problem? Do you know the person that is representing your constituency? Have you ever phoned him and called him and say, what's going on? Yes, one that shall never end in football. As we speak, the agent of Marcus Rashidi, is talking to AC Milan. I grew up knowing that AC Milan is the gold standard, or probably the diamond standard of football. If you want to prove that you're a good player, you go to AC Milan. But not these days. AC Milan look like the dumping ground of average, rubbish English players. Yes, Tammy Abraham plays for AC Milan. Yeah, Christian Pulisic, even though he's not a Christian, he plays for AC Milan. Yes, there's some other rotten average players that have played in England that are also playing for AC Milan. Now, Rashford is supposed to be working at a motor park as a motor park garage. NURTW chairman is now planning to go to AC Milan. AC Milan, the Rosenaries, when they were the Rosenaries, when they had players like Marco van Basten, Ruud Gullit and Frank Rijkaard, when they had players like Franco Baresi and Paulo Maldini, Costa Curta, Albertini, Andre Pirlo, they had Roberto Baggio at one time, they had Zlatan Ibrahimovic, they had good players. Now, Rashford wants to play for that club. What a pity that a pitied man died in a pit. Oh God, my heart ache when I hear that AC Milan and Rashford are being mentioned in the same sentence. One day we wake up and Nicolas Ayas and Ogo Pepe will mentioned in the same sentence with Real Madrid. God forbid. God forbid. That's how they said that Jovino want to go to Bayern Munich one time. Ask them, is he going to go and display by head for them or big forehead? I don't know. But hey, it's one of those things. Nothing when Musa not go see forget. And I say, be. Yes, that's the way it is. Let's go. Then they carry a shower. They look for romance. That's what they talk about streets. The words on the streets. That's the way naked. In there they put out for pocket. Well, let's push the matter. I say there's some bizarre excuses that have been made, but Arteta said the ball for the Carabao Cup was not good. That's why they were missing the chances that they created. Well, that's something out of Disney World. There's something out of cartoon character. But let's focus on the news as put together by Timothy Daimbo. Give me the news I was not too pleasant this morning, but hey, one of those things my brother take heart. Yeah, things will turn around. First asking, you might not get it. Second one, you will get it. It's life. You know, I remember I used to tell you guys how I apply to interview people 1, 2, 3, 1,000 plus times. I keep applying. I don't give up. I worry past I can fly. That's just the basic truth. If it is your dream, you can't afford to give up on it. If it is your dream, you will find a way to make it happen. But if it is not your dream, okay, yes, you can afford to give up. My mother used to say that the person who don't want to do something, he could give you 1,000,001 excuse not to do it. But you see, the person who want to do something, he can find 1,000,001 reason to do it. On both sides, it's 1,000,001, but one is excuse, one is a reason. Yes, I remember one pastor, Pastor Silas Udwebolo, preached a sermon in 1992, the Assemblies of God Revival Week, leading up to harvest. He said, your excuse is not a reason. So this morning, I want to go to Arteta and tell him, Arteta, your excuse is not a reason. Own up. I said the fact that you are Holocaust coach this time and your team is rubbish. And then we can start from there. We know we want to fix a problem, then we start to fix it. But don't come out and tell me that the ball is not good. Yes, it's the Jabulani that's not good, that somebody scores his goals and become a high goal scorer. It's the Jabulani that is not good, that took Netherlands to the finals, even though they were playing Kung Fu football against Spain and they lost. That's one of those things in life where people make excuses, other people saw opportunities, and then they become successful. Where some people are seeing chaos, some other people are seeing marketing opportunities. Well, let's push it down and see what my brother Timothy Demba has put together for us. Let's start with the coach of the China Eagles as well as Remo Stars. He said we need fight to win the competition. Which competition is he talking about? Yes, we need to fight. Why would you not talk about fight when his tactical style is Ijaball? Have you ever thought about the meaning of Ijaball? Ijaball means fighting ball. Ija is fight, the ball. Yes, Ijaball. Ijaball is what Chan Eagles are going to go play. Since Austin Eguavon have abandoned the team, it's not Ijaball time to put Ijaball on display. But let's not forget that the rumor fitted out, and then we saw the confirmation on the social media handle of the NFF and the Super Eagles that we now have a hot-headed, overheating radiator-headed coach to be the coach of the Super Eagles. What an indictment on every Nigerian coach if a Malian coach becomes a coach of Nigeria. Let me tell you the implication of that. It's going to come with a lot of francophone assistants, and then we'll start learning Jomape. Oh, comment ça va. We'll start learning that Joma Tutape. Yes, we'll start singing Awilo Lokoba song. The Super Eagles will need to learn how to sing Awilo Lokoba. Yes, we'll start singing Jomape. Jomape Dafi. Yes, comment ça va. Yes, that's what we'll say. Yeah, comment Tutape. We'll start singing all those things. Yes. Where is Fast the bad guy who sang that French song? Yes, that's now we need him. We need him to be translated in the Super Eagles. Yes, but you cannot be mentioning Fast the bad guy's name anyhow because you might just mention the name now and then you go to court. If you think I'm lying, go and ask very dark man. I don't want to be in that place because I don't have money for lawyers. Even if I have money for lawyers, I will save it for something else. Especially in this 2025 where we need about 350 million naira to execute on the project that we have. Okay, Let's go. So those of you who are on this channel, it's time for you to be, giving us a super chat and the rest. We need it. We need all the money in this world right now. Call your friends to come and subscribe to this channel. Let's have some fun. I promise. I swear by the almighty book of the sport, the football, that I will give you the very best of analysis, the very best of entertainment, and everything you need. Yes, let's go and see what Ijabol have decided to give to us. Standing head coach of the Ombe Super Eagles, Daniel Ogumadede, aka Ijabol, who also doubles as the coach of Ramo Stars, has said they need to fight. Fight, give me. Punch me, I punch you. Wrestling, not in the bed, not that one that Okonga came out and they were booing him, no. We're talking about real wrestling. Fights. Punch me. Yes, third law of motion. That kind of fight. Yes. Yes, so they need to fight to win the African Nations Championship 2024 competition slated for next month. Yes, it's happening in 3 different countries. Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda. Yes, speaking in the Monday Night Football show with Charles and Azudo on Super Sports, he stated that this has been his mantra to the team even before they played the qualifiers against Ghana last month. Yes, they won that 1-3-1 on aggregate. First leg was 0-0 in Ghana and Kumasi, and the Ghanaians thought they can come to Nigeria and do what they did in the March of 2022. They don't know that Tosine Guamo was playing Bini ball, but Ogumadede is playing Ija ball. Yes, a little bit of Otsumokbo in it. Yes, Ogun, Bini people have used Ogun, Bini 419 and Bini Ashawo guys have used Ogun. Ogun did not work because they've sent him on too many errands to go and keep people. So it did not work for him. But this man used Ija ball. Used Ija ball to knock them 3-1. And the match was not played in Bad Luck Abuja. It was played in New York. Yes, second on the show, played. He said even before the match against Ghana, I had told them that we will use Otomokbo, Ijabo, we will use Ija. Yes, we will use the almighty Ija from Shango and knock every opposition. You see that thing that Tawawoni did? That Tawawoni was running towards goal. One defender was in front of him, touching with small Ija. The guy had epilepsy and fell down on the floor. Did you not watch that goal that Tawawoni is called? You think it's normal? The guy fell down. Go back and watch the clip. I have the clip. I can show you guys what happened. Let me show you guys so that it doesn't look like I'm just fabricating and mascafaming things. Yes, I want to show you because you cannot convince me that Tawawoni did not use juju. Yeah, no, you can't convince me. Let's watch this. Watch. What happened to that guy? What happened? No. What happened to that guy? That guy that just fell now. That guy that fell. What happened to him? Yes. That guy that fell on the floor like somebody that has epilepsy. They want me to show you again so that YouTube will not flag me. No, I'm not showing nothing. Let's hear from Ijabo. Ijabo, come and talk your doings. Come and talk your doings. Let them know your doings.
Our first target when we get to the camp, our first riot act that we give to the players is we need to win the competition, not even qualifying. We need to fight to try to win the competition. Before we have come top, we have come second, and this time we are hoping to win in the competition. And I think that is the mentality these boys took to the qualifiers. And we're on the champ proper now. We're going to see what happens. We are going to prepare so hard. Of course, we have been given the fair chance of good preparation. We had three sessions of preparation. The first time we invited about 35 players, the second time 35 players, and the last time in the Kenya camp in the facility of Remo Stars, we concluded preparation there, which gave us an ample opportunity to be able to see these players, to know what to work on them, and no doubt about that, it really helps our preparation and why we are here today.
Mesdemoiselles, mesdames et messieurs, je vous dis bonsoir. Je m'appelle Oufama Demote et ce soir, je suis avec Elegbete sur Elegbete TV Radio.
Yeah, I think this time we will need my sister to come and work with us because we are going to have a French coach. Yes, a Malian coach who speaks French. Yes, even though the Malians, the Beninois, the Burkina Fasos, they are forming their own Sahel region, but they will still speak French language because the colonial language cannot just be scrubbed away from the tongue with military decree. Well, let's go to Mikel Obi, the troublemaker, the storm chaser, the man who is ready to put Nicholas Jackson in his place, the man who's ready to have his last laugh on Nicholas Jackson. Former Chelsea star Mikel Obi has stated that Chelsea needs to sign another striker in the summer. Speaking on the Obi1 podcast, he said that Chelsea cannot keep relying on Nicholas Jackson alone. He suggested adopting the same approach that kept Didier Drogba on his toes during his time at Chelsea, and added that Jackson needs to get back to scoring goals to help the team win games. Oh, Mikel Obi, very soon you'll become the owner of this club at this rate, but you don't have money yet. When you have money, right now you don't have money, you're hustling, you're on the street. Let's hear from Mikel Obi.
I think the club definitely should get another centre forward. They've done everything they have to do for Nicholas. They've given him a new contract, but you can't keep relying on one person.
Yeah.
You can't keep. I remember when we were at the club, I spent 11 years there, played with the best striker that's ever played in the Premier League. What does Roman do every year? He brings in another striker, another top striker. We had the likes of Nicolas Anelka coming to the football club to help Didier Drogba. Fernando Torres coming to the football club to help Didier Drogba. Shevchenko coming to the football club to help Didier Drogba. It doesn't create a problem. It's a healthy competition. It helps the team. It doesn't create any problem. It's for the betterment of the football club. Yeah. He needs to get back to scoring goals and obviously tell me to shut up again. Yeah. But we start winning games again. That's all I want. I want to see us finish in the top 4.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio.
Is it me that did not hear it well, or is Mikel Obi speaking in Igbo language in truly English? Best striker to ever play in the Premier League, Didier Drogba. What is Mikel Obi smoking? John Obi Mikel. What is it? I think it's taking powder, because this is not even smoking. Smoking is not on that level. It's taking powder. Didier Drogba is not even in the top 10. Please, nigga, please. Don't be saying some things that you cannot even. What is stronging you, Mikel Obi? Well, what you said about Nicolas Jackson is true anyway. I support you on that one. Well, let's go to yesterday's match. After the match, the beating, the overrunning of Arsenal. Yes, Newcastle United secured a win at the Emirates for the first time since 2010, defeating Arsenal 2-0 last night in the first leg of the EFL Carabao Cup. Speaking after the game in an interview with ITV Sports, Newcastle United coach Eddie Howe Ogbori said he was very pleased with his players and the way they performed. Okay, let's hear from the winner. You know, sometimes I always like to keep the winners last, but let's hear from him.
Yeah, very pleased with the players. That was a tough game for us in many different respects. We've had an intense period of games with near enough the same group of players. We had injuries and suspensions today, and none more so at half-time. It was a difficult half-time. We had 3 or 4 players struggling, so we had to manage the second half. Really pleased with the way we defended. I mean, we rode our luck a little bit at times, but really pleased with the result. I think we rode our luck at times. As I say, I thought our goalkeeper played very well. I thought Martin made some really good saves. I thought the set plays, you could see Arsenal, a very good set play team. They caused us problems, but in the main, I thought we got the small details right. I think they had their opportunities. They had a number of shots, but you could see, I think, the mentality to defend our goal, the block shots, the bodies on the line, the heroic pieces of defending that especially we saw in the last 20-30 minutes. That's a great sign for us for the future, I think.
Let's go! This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sports. Let's go!
Well, let's go truly to the house of lamentations and excuses. 1-2 from the coach and 1 from the club legend, who was the top goal scorer of the club for a while before Thierry Henry decided to squeeze him out. But let's hear from the coach first. Short leg, Mikel Arteta, stubborn man. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal dominated possession and created plenty of chances in their game against Newcastle last night, but it wasn't enough for them. Speaking at the post-match press conference, he said the result doesn't truly reflect the story of the game, stating that the difference was Newcastle's super efficiency in converting their chances. Yes, they have a striker. Kola. Alexander Isaac. Okay, I don't rate him, but he's a striker. You don't have a striker. That's the reason. Mikel Arteta, come and talk to us.
It's the results. I don't know. If you look at what the both teams produce and the domination of the game, obviously it's not the result that reflects the story of the game. But the reality is that they were super efficient with the chance that they had, and we weren't. And at this level, in these kind of scenarios, you need that to impose yourself and win the game.
Elegbete TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, or YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating a community of great minds and values.
Well, you agree with him or you disagree with him, at least on that one, it was factual. But then they need to have those strikers because you can have all these defenders who can defend. But if you don't have the strikers who bury the ball in the net, you will end up on the losing side. Well, that's not still an average team as far as I'm concerned. The spirit of Arsène Wenger is still there. Even though some Arsenal fans think Arsène Wenger is a legend. That's why the club is where it is. When you think that a failure is a legend, it's almost, I don't know. You know that Arsène Wenger wouldn't be a legend at Chelsea. Let's be very honest. There are coaches that have won. Forget going the season unbeaten. Xabi Alonso just went a season unbeaten. What's it called? Is it not Conte that went unbeaten with Juventus? A coach in Portugal went unbeaten with, is it Benfica FC Porto? Not a big deal as Arsenal fans. Always invisible. That thing. You had your golden generation. Every manager have used the golden generation of a team to win at least one European title. If you don't win the Champions League, you win the Europa Cup. You had your golden generation. You had Thierry Henry. You have everybody. Nicolas Anelka. You had all these guys. You played 2 European finals, UEFA Cup finals. You lost to Galatasaray without Georgiani in the squad because he was injured. You played against a dying Barcelona. You lost to, and you're a legend. You no club with that. Arsenal legend and TV star Wright has stated that Mikel Arteta needs help in terms of bringing in a player possible this January to add something different to the attack. Speaking as a matchday analyst on ITV Sports Carabao Cup coverage, he said that something needs to change. What is that something? As Paul Adefarasi will say, something is about to happen. But I don't know if it's about to happen at Arsenal anyway. But let's hear from Wright.
Corners and everything not working, and then you're getting players who are not naturally strikers, and you're missing chances. This is when now you're looking at Arsenal, bare bones injuries and what's going on. Players are playing when they're not fit. You have to be looking at the board now. I don't know what you can do in January, but you've got to try and do something if they're going to try and finish this season trying to win. What I'm looking at now for Mikel Arteta and what he's going to need, he needs help. I know it's very difficult to get anything in this January window, but he needs something else because if it's going to carry on like this, it's going to be very difficult to score. He's not scoring with the goal, with the corners. We're not scoring with the chances we're making. Something needs to change. Something needs to happen.
Elegbete TV Radio. We dare to lead.
We dare to lead, but we can't say the same of Arsenal if they dare to lead. Well, let's look at some of the transfer rumors that are there before I come to your comments. So if you have anything to say, any opinion, any question, any analysis, any views, this is the time to drop it in the comment section, or Jumbotron, as some of you guys like to call it in the Gen Z people. But let's look at some of the transfer rumors that are making around today from the BBC and a few other portals, and then we can take it up from there. Yes, sir, gossip is everywhere right now. Borussia Dortmund and Juventus are joining AC Milan in weighing up a move for Manchester United after favor English forward Marcus Rashford, who's 27 years of age. We almost think that Marcus Rashford is 50 years. But don't forget that Elon Musk, yes, the guy who have SpaceX and everything, is planning so hard to buy Liverpool. I don't know if my guy, Emmanuel Sebastian, will be happy about that, but he wants to buy Liverpool. He wants to buy that club in Santa, like right now, name your price and I'll pay. If I can pay for X without making profit, billions of dollars. How much is Liverpool? Liverpool will not go more than 5 billion now. No matter how expensive Liverpool is, we won't go more than 5 billion. But we will see. But remember that Elon Musk is in the business of cutting costs. He might just come and do an Ineos with Liverpool as well. Liverpool is also known traditionally for not spending big. Well, let's see how that goes anyway. Yes, I was telling a friend yesterday that if I am Mikel Arteta, I will make an audacious bid for Omar Mamosh. Yes, as a striker to come into that team because he knows how to score goals. That's what he knows how to do. Get Omar Mamosh and let's see how the team works. But hey, sometimes it's not always like that. I would also go for Victor Gakares because the Arsenal style suits his play. It's a man who can be in the middle. They need a man. They need something hot and wet in the middle. Yes, get your head out of the gutter. That's not what you're thinking. Is not what I'm thinking. But it's somebody to just be, hot in the middle. Yes, somebody who will be lubricating. Yes, it doesn't need PDD lubricant. It doesn't need the baby oil from PDD. It just need to know how to put all in the net. Don't hold on your bag. That's my mentor. Yes, the one man, Tommy Smith, the man that I looked up and I said to myself, I want to be like this guy. Dreams really do come true. I used to watch press pass back in the day as a player when I was relaxing and soothing. I've been watching this guy and I'm like, I want to talk football like this guy. And when this career is over, when I'm done playing this thing, going to the World Cup, winning all the things that I can win, I didn't know the injury was coming anyway. I want to talk like this guy. Yeah, Tommy Smith. For those of you who don't know Tommy Smith, I'm sorry. But if you ask me between him and Martin Tyler, who's now my friend, who I would choose, I'll still choose Tommy Smith. I know that Martin Tyler watches this. I've told him as well, so it's not a big deal. This is not a betrayal of trust or friendship, but it's just a fact that that's the guy that I grew up looking up to. I wanted to be like him so much. It's the only person I can say, yeah, that guy's my mentor. I look up to him. Every other person, nah, not good enough. Not up to ministry standard. Don't have the anointing that I think I needed. But that man, oh God have mercy. It was the Elijah to my Elisha. Yes, it was the Elijah. Elisha, yes, double portion. Because he never predicted matches. He just did his analysis with his tiny voice like mine. Tinier than mine even. But it was good. It was so good. He could run commentaries and do analysis and do report. He had his own show. The old on your back. Yes, I love that man. One day I'm going to do a special for him. I love Tommy Smith. Tommy Smith is a different kind of guy. It's a different breed. Yes, the way you guys say this, Gen Z people love Peter Drury. It was Tommy Smith for me. Yes, and there's Jim Bagley, and there is Martin Tyler, who also I love a lot. I hold dear to my heart. And we talk a lot. Actually, a lot of people have adopted me as their sons. David Dean is my father. Martin Tyler is my father. The Emir of Zangu. Yes, I want to see him. That story is not to be told now, but it will be in my book. I've made up my mind that I'll write a book. When I write a book, if you like it, people don't buy it. If I suffer myself and write a book, and you people don't buy it, we'll go get problem. Yes, I will tell you that to attack you guys. We'll let you. We'll pocket pick you. I will color you because it takes a lot to write a book. Yes, my friend China Shehu wrote 2 books now. 1,000 Times on the Same Road and what's the other one? The Diary of a Vagabond. Go and check it out. It's on Amazon. You can buy that book anytime, any day, anywhere. It's on Amazon. Diary of a Vagabond and 1,000 Times on the Same Road. Listen, if you like Nigerian football, and then if you're somebody who like story, you like gossip, juicy one about sex, about what footballers do on the road, off the ball. I swear to God, Makachuku, if you buy that book and you read them and you know enjoy them, send me your, chat me up, I will send you your money back. Those are the kind of book that you should write money back guaranteed. Yes, because if you read that book, you will laugh, you will get hard, you will pour, you will lubricate, you will penetrate, you will wonder. Magic. People took a team, 2 set of players from Nigeria without international passport, no visa, and flew them to Egypt. How did that happen? Yes, in this era, not too far ago, not too long ago, 2000, in the 2000s, not in the 90s. So. Yes, they did it. It happened. Go read that book. 1,000 Times on the Same Road. Yes, somebody was driving from from Maiduguri, Damaturu area, and a bird hit the glass, and he said it's his village people in Ogoni that sent somebody to come and kill him. Captured the bird, tied to the car, the bus, and they drove without glass. They drove all the way from Damaturu to Port Harcourt. Yes, Osama, you all go read the book, you will see it. Oh, 1,000 Ways to Die. It's in that book. You will read it. You will read it. How a football club left Nigeria and went to Tunisia via Dubai and then drive around the roundabout and came back to Nigeria. You know why? They want to make sure that they collect that match bonus, even though they know they will not play the match. Yes, it's in the part 2, the Diary of a Vagabond. Go and buy it. Order it. I'm going to tell you. I give you my word on it. If you don't like them, I'll give you your money back. Well, let's come back to some of the stories making the rounds in terms of transfer. Yes, Manchester City are interested in a deal to sign 25-year-old Egyptian forward Omar Mamouche, who is valued at 50 million by Eintracht Frankfurt. That's a player that I wanted Arsenal to buy. When they let Julian Alvarez go, I said this was a big mistake. People said, no, Pep Guardiola can work his magic. Eintracht Frankfurt are yet to receive an offer from City for Mamouche, though, but according to Sky Germany, Man City are packaging the money to send. When you don't go there, there's 115 charges hanging on them. When you don't want to go on relegation, come to Arsenal. Manchester United are among the host of club considering a loan move for Paris Saint-Germain to the 6-year-old French striker Rando. Yes, Rando is so Rando Colomwani. If you check where Rando is related to that Rando, yes, it's so hilarious. Rando Colomwani, that's according to the Telegraph. Chelsea are leading the race to sign 19-year-old England midfielder Kobe Mino, whose contract talks with Manchester United have reached installment. Last season, under that man Eric Ten Hag, low budget Pep Guardiola, the second Mino is the guy. I know that this comment would trigger my friend and my brother, my partner, Bobby Okaigwe, to come out and give me a clear position. That's why I love it. It's my guy. He's emotionally attached to Manchester United, but he's very objective. He says the truth. Even though we were joking, he'll tell you the truth. I don't expect anything from this Ruben Amorim. As long as these players who are devils and demons and, whatever they are in this team, we're not expecting anything good. Can anything good come out of Bethlehem? Yes, Jesus Christ. But can anything good come out of Manchester United with these players? Bobby will tell you no, it's not possible. So, Kobe Mino, you say, no, I don't want to spoil my destiny. Yes, this is a club of destiny destroyer. I want to move. Yes, United are willing to listen to serious offer for any of their players, including Kobe Mino with 20 years of age, as well as, including Kobe Mino and the 20-year-old winger, Alejandro Garnacho, and Denmark forward, Rasmus Højlund. So, it's a clearer sale. Back in the day, we used to say it, come on by, everybody come on by, I don't know money, you come on by. Yeah. And then clearance say, yes, Makava Market and Igbodo Market, the backside, Basino Road. Yes, that's what they're offering today. So if you're Manchester United, if you're somebody who wants a player, go and buy. If I'm Mikel Arteta, I'll go and buy Kobe anyway. But not Garnacho. Garnacho thinks too highly of himself. Yes, Nottingham Forest are in talks to extend the 22-year-old Brazilian centre-back Murilo, which currently ends his contract, which currently will end in 2028. Palmeiras are interested in signing Brazilian attacking midfielder Andres Pereira, 29, but are yet to agree terms with Fulham. Manchester United want to sign Hungary left back Milos Kerkez, but Bournemouth 40 million asking price for the 22-year-old could be stumbling block. 40 million, that's more money with that now. Borussia Dortmund are monitoring Chelsea 21-year-old Austrian English attacking midfielder Kani Chukwuemeka. Yes, let's see where that one go. Arsenal are interested in Athletic Bilbao winger Nico Williams. Please sign the deal, please. He's 22 years of age, but will be unable to move for the Spaniard this month because of financial constraints. You see what I always say? Arsenal is not as rich as people think they are. Yeah, financial constraint for Nico Williams. How much is the deal? How much? 40 something. Maybe up to 100 million. Okay. Well, let's leave that one and go to Everton, who are preparing to go to their new swimming pool stadium. Yes, Waterlock Stadium. Everton have open talks with Aston Villa over a permanent deal for 22-year-old English winger Jadon Philogeny. Yes, I don't know if that's the right pronunciation, but Philogeny is what I said. Or Philogene. Yes, let's move away. That's according to Fabrizio Romano, and you always get it almost right on 99% of the time. Yes, Crystal Palace and Ipswich Town are set to make improved bids for £20 million for Liverpool's 19-year-old Scott midfielder Ben Doak, who is on loan at Middlesbrough right now. Monetary Spirit have gone to watch the boy. They know that there's a future there. Anything after this window and the next window, it might be 100 million. So they want to rush it fast. Wolves and Bournemouth are interested in Chelsea's 21-year-old Portugal defender Renato Vieira. Yes, if you put arrow there, now it's Viagra. No, let's keep it going. Yeah, you need the Viagra, then you also need the PDD baby oil. Southampton are expecting to receive cut price bids this month for 27-year-old English fullback Walker Peters, whose contract expires this summer. Well, I just wanted to ask a question. Since Bonaboy, you don't go off Lagos, you don't go off Nigeria, you don't go off Africa, you don't go off Afrobeat. Someone stylishly admitted that, okay, what if I took... I dip am from back. Yes, I took the baby oil. I got the anointing from PDD, and I won the Grammy. What's the big deal? Should we not say that Akpe is selling the truth? Should they just let him go and let bygone be bygone? Or should we also buy bullet? I don't know that loud. Well, I don't know. I'm just putting this together. West Ham boss who lost his father a few weeks ago. This life is not fair. Even to the fair people, it's not fair. Even to fair-skinned people, life is not fair. Yes, Julian Lopetegui cancelled a team bonding meal that had been planned for Tuesday night as he waited to hear if he had been sacked by the club. What is the need? We don't want to do Last Supper. We're not Jesus Christ. I'm not going to go to the cross. My blood is not good enough to wipe away anybody's sins. So what's the need to have a Last Supper meal? After all, that Last Supper never really did exist. It was fabricated by the Catholic Church and put in the Bible. Never really did happen. Okay, so what are we deceiving ourselves for? Well, let's forget about it because the man knows that his job is gone. By the end of today, he will be out of the job. And Graham Potter, Potter the failure. The man who trained with the army. The man who went to psychology school. The man who, when the British press wants to sell him, they couldn't sell him with football result. They start telling us he trained with the army. When the British army needed people to go to Russia and fight against Russia for Ukraine, they couldn't send him. He's a psychologist, a military psychologist who went to Stardust. He got some good training and he come back and he decided to coach football. So humble, he decided to leave military things and come and do football. Collect big money from Chelsea without doing any work. Ogbori, that's what they want now. West Ham had a manager, yes, in David Moyes, Abino I. Yes, Abino I coach who took them to community. What's that thing that conference? Took them to the constitutional conference and they wrote a conference. I won a trophy for it. They went to go and play teams in Mesopotamia, teams that does not exist, that only exist in the Bible. But at the end of the day, they want something. And then the owner said, no, we need a guy who's coached Madrid. We need a guy who's coached the Spanish national team. If he comes here, this club will not be like Aston Villa. Because they saw that the Spanish man was doing magic, Science and Wonder Chimbamba with Aston Villa, and they decided, let's do the same thing that they're doing. Sometimes don't copy. Original is better. Photocopy go easy. That's what the man who promised to win us Grammy did, but it's not available for granite oil, not to talk of baby oil. That's why I didn't win us Grammy, but I still like it. Yes, congrats, man. Yes, you guys call him nice. Some people call him Alakmo Magic Krona. Yes, he promised us Grammy, but some people had to set their backside for granite oil. Sorry, for baby oil. PDD, you're doing these things. You can't stop us now. Well, let's come back into the conversation. I told you that I'm going to give you 20 players who played football, but you never know that they were together, they played together. Yes, let's start the journey. Let's come to do what we are in this room to do. The pansa business. We'll tell you more pansa according to Baba Fela. What if Baba Fela? Yeah, we are here today. Let me show one we could do show this 2025. And I go bellyful. I will not be part of your problem. You can have 99 problems. I will not be part of it. I'll be one of the good things that happened to you this year. I made my promise that that's what I'll be to my fans, my community, my audience, and I'll try and do more. Okay, let's go. Let's start with this one. Do you know Aubameyang? Think about it for a minute. Just think about it for a minute. That Aubameyang and Ronaldo da Lima played together. Aubameyang and Ignacy guesses. Just think about it first. Just let it sink. Just let it sink. That you can walk with Jesus and you see end up as Thomas. You don't know anything. Nothing come out of your senses. You know that sense. Oh, let's start with this one. Cristiano Ronaldo. When Cristiano Ronaldo made his return to English football in Manchester United, he found himself lining up against Marco Asensio then of Chelsea. More than a decade earlier, though, the pair were teammates. Yes, you might not remember that. Yes, Marcos Alonso, sorry, that defender, that guy that know how to play free kick. Yes, they played together. More than a decade. Alonso, like his late father or grandfather, spent time on the books of Real Madrid. His time at the Bernabeu was brief, but he did see him share a pitch with Cristiano Ronaldo. The game in question was a 2-0 win at Racing Santander on May the 10th. Ronaldo opened the scoring from the penalty spot. Gonzalo Higuain adding a second before making way for Alonso to come on late. So Cristiano Ronaldo and Marcos Alonso actually played together. Maybe you don't remember that one, but I'm just giving you that information. Why am I giving you people all this information? It's going to come in handy when the giveaway starts. All these questions, we're going to ask some of these questions, and you'll be shocked as some of you would have forgotten. Well, let's talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the blood clot. Now that Shampoo have come to explain what blood clot and bomber clot mean, all of them, I don't stop to the user, maybe. Yes. Gabon frontman Aubameyang has been a bit of a nomad during his top career. He has scored goals regularly in numbers of clubs, but his early career saw bigger names take center stage. Aubameyang couldn't break into the first team at AC Milan after joining as a teenager with Brazil legend Ronaldo da Lima ahead of him in the queue, although it was always going to be a tough one. I was just trying to improve and looking at him, Ronaldo, to learn as much as I could. The former Arsenal captain recalled in 2022, to tell the truth, he was a bit fat by then, but he was still the best. I'm sure you guys don't remember this, but I'm going to tell you. Fabinho and Xabi Alonso, guess where they played together at? Fabinho and Xabi Alonso, the current coach of Bayer Leverkusen. Fabinho, who was formerly with Liverpool, I think he's somewhere in the Arab world now. Fabinho and Xabi Alonso both played a big role in the Champions League triumph for Liverpool, while the Brazilian excelled in the 2018-2019 campaign. It was the Spaniard equalizer, which forced penalties against Milan in Istanbul in 2005. But does that mean that they played together at Liverpool? No, they did not. But let's go and locate where they played together. Back in 2013, though, the pair were briefly colleagues. Fabinho was on loan at Real Madrid B from Rio Ave, but managed one appearance for Los Blancos first team late in the season. Fabinho came off the bench to replace Fabio Contrao. You know that guy with white hair? In a 6-2 win with Alonso and Luka Modric among the starters. He moved to Monaco not long after that game, though, and it would be his Ligue 1 form which prompted Liverpool to take advantage and get him later that year. So you can see that they were teammates, even though they both won Champions League with Liverpool at different times. They were teammates somewhere. Even if it is just for one game. Yes, let's talk about this one. Roberto Firmino and Ryan Babel. The two of them have another string in common, Liverpool. But did they play together at Liverpool? I'm not sure. Where do you think they played together at? Roberto Firmino, that man, the pastor, the guy who is the Dennis Beckham of Liverpool, can create, he can score. He's got skills, he's got frill, he's got magic on his feet. Yes, so when you say somebody have anointing, that's the one that have anointing. I can't believe his anointing. It's a true child of God. There's something about him and Ricardo Kaká. Well, let's talk about where they played together. Ryan Babel played for Liverpool. Roberto Firmino, Robbie or Firmino, as he's called, played for Liverpool as well. But where did the two of them play together? Speaking of Liverpool players, Firmino and Ryan Babel also existed family in different eras for the Reds. For one season, though they appeared side by side. Where was that? Oh, these are good questions to put on the quiz. Where was that? Yes, Babel left Liverpool for Hoffenheim in 2011, and while he was there, he had the chance to play with a young Roberto Firmino. The pair played together a number of times, including one where Roberto Firmino replaced Ryan Babel in a victory over Jurgen Klopp's Borussia Dortmund. Some 8 years later, Babel and Firmino were on opposite sides in the Premier League. On that occasion, the Dutchman netted against his old club, only for Club's Red to sneak a 2-1 win in West London. Yes, it's just very, very funny, but these things happen. So I'm giving you some information that you can use, news that you can use ahead, because the time is going to come when you will need them. Let's talk about Eden Hazard, yes, the balloon boy, the lazy one, and Dimitri Payet, the troublemaker. Where did the two of them meet? Where did they play together? One is a Frenchman, one is a Belgian. So they're not supposed to have anything in common. That's what you think. But sometimes there's more to things than just what you think. In 2015-2016 season brought contrasting fortunes for Payet and Hazard. While the Frenchman enjoyed a dream debut season in English football, Hazard and Chelsea were struggling in Jose Mourinho's final few months in charge. Back in 2011-2012 season, though, they were part of a Lille team which finished third in Ligue 1. On loan Englishman Joe Cole also impressed, while other future Premier League stars in the side included Lucas Digne and Idris Agaye. Now you know where they play together. Where those guys are. At the end of that season, Hazard announced he was joining Champions League winners 12 months after that. 12 months after that, Payet left for Olympique de Marseille, where he has enjoyed a fruitful decade, only briefly interrupted by his move to London. Well, let's look at some other players that played together in football. Yeah, Joko, the magician. I call him the magic feet. Manchester United fans will not forget him. That's the way he did the Trapattoni. Yes, Michel Platini and Zinedine Zidane in one move. I went out to score against them. It was the final day of the season. Yes, Cole has had some many teammates, but do you know that he played with James Maddison? How did that happen? I'm going to tell you one that is funny. Yes, Abino I and David Beckham. Yes, Abino I, David Moyes and David Beckham. You know that they play together. I'm going to reveal that to you. Cole has had plenty of interesting colleagues, from Hazard and Payet in France to Freddie Adu in the US. He also played with a wide range of stars in England, including Rio Ferdinand and Cousins. Les, okay, the former West Ham and Chelsea star played his final EFL season at Coventry City, having joined the club from Aston Villa. A number of his Rico Arena colleagues have Premier League football on their CV, including new Spurs signing James Maddison. That is where they played together. Maddison's final goal for the Sky Blues came in a 6-0 win against Bury in 2016. John Fleck and Adam Armstrong also found the net that day, along before their top flight careers for Sheffield United and Southampton respectively, while Cole earned himself 3 assists in that game. The next one is going to shock you now. The King and the Lord play together. Lord of the game and the King of the game, the man who have many hairstyles. I'm not talking about Jim Cissé. Yes, it's Paul Pogba and Lord Bretner, Nicolas Bretner. This guy have a very high value of himself, and I love him. Paul Pogba's Man United career saw him include Paul Scholes and Leandro Garnacho among his colleagues. The Frenchman's 2 Juventus teams have also incorporated a wide range of teammates, but few more bizarre than Bentner. Back in 2012-2013, Bentner joined Juve on loan from Arsenal. He only made 10 appearances for the Bianconeri, but they include a win against Palermo in which Pogba and Andrea Pirlo started in midfield. Last season, it was Pogba who only played 10 times for the club after injuries hampered his comeback. His teammates in that period include Leonardo Bonucci, another member of that 2012-2013 squad. Yes, there's so many, but then how did Wilfred Zaha and Edgar Davids come together? Yes, as Wilfred Zaha weighed up whether to stay with Crystal Palace, his long spell at the club has come into focus. The Ivorian has 300 appearances to his name in his current spell, but there was also a first stint in the Championship. Yes, Zaha's form in South London prompted Man United to bring him on board, but he was part of a very bizarre Eagle squad when he came through in the 2010-2011 season. When still a teenager, the forward lineup with the same team as Dutch legend Edgar Davids for a handful of games. Davids, who played with the likes of Danny Blade and the Boer brothers, yes, at Ajax, tested victory just once in his 7 Palace outing. Zaha also started that victory at Norwich, as did current Palace right back Nathaniel Klein and coach Paddy McCarthy. Oh, football. Football, they ruptured that with people who some people play together in the same team. I play with this guy. Say, how did you play with this guy? How? Who are you to say you play with this guy? Well, let's go to Rino Gattuso's managerial career. He has a strange one. The Italian has taken charge of teams in 4 countries while twice managing Northern Ireland striker Kyle Lafferty. Okay, after leaving Sion for Palermo in 2013, Gattuso took Lafferty with him. The former Rangers frontman hit double figures for goals to help the Sicilian side win promotion with Andrea Bellotti chip in. Lafferty somehow managed to play with Paulo Dybala. How did that happen? The squad also included young Paulo Dybala. The Argentinian was in the second Palermo season and would stick around in Serie A, but Lafferty left for Norwich in the summer of 2014. Let's just bring this David Beckham on and wrap it up. David Beckham spent most of his playing career with Manchester United, but not all of it. There were a late stint in Spain, France, Italy, and the USA, but there was also a brief spell on loan at Preston North End. The midfielder scored twice in a 5-game loan spell at Deepdale in the 1994-95 season. Other members of the Lily White squad that season include David Abino Moyes, who would later go on to manage the club. Nearly 3 decades later, Moyes has taken charge of more than 1,000 games as a manager, including 51 for Manchester United. Beckham, however, appears more happy enough with his ownership role rather than taking up coaching. Wow, if you got something to say, this is the best time. Well, we're here to see what you've got to say from Arsenal's defeat yesterday to every other thing you've got. As we've got 5 more minutes to the end of the show. Can I use 5 minutes to do justice? Whatever happens thereafter is a spillover. Kene Kunifio says at the rate, that was just at 9 a.m. Henry Morris says, at this point, I don't even want Arsenal to win any game. Maybe that will force them to go into the market for players. I beg you, that player is not good because if they don't win any game from now to the end of the season, they definitely will not make the top 4. And that will not be good. We're paying big salaries and all these players. Real Madrid will come and take Saliba away. Another club, Juventus, might come and take Gabriel Magalhaes away. And almost all the players that you have, Odegaard will move. There'll be too many players leaving and we'll go back to the Wenger tail end. I don't want that to happen. Olufemi Atunde says, I think it's time for Mikel to excuse us. No? He has built the team to a level I think another coach need to carry on. Even Yaya Sanogo in front for Arsenal would do better. Really? It is easier. The grass is always greener on the other side, but I don't agree with you anyway. But I respect your opinion. And did you have say these are 2 types of Arsenal just cracked me up? Yes, there are 2 types of Arsenal. There's one Arsenal, the real one, this Legbere one, and then there's one in the head of the Arsenal fans TV guys. They think that Arsenal is better than Real Madrid, and every player in that team is a world champion, is a world class player. And some other people outside, some Nigerians like the Matrix, them Adigwe, all those people, they bought into that nonsensical belief. Arsenal is a world class team. Good team that doesn't have a balanced squad. Well, let's move on. Additional Avma says at this rate, Poch Tottenham and Arteta Arsenal no different, just that one reach Champions League. Yes, Additional Avma say reach Champions League finals. That's what it means. The last one say Arsenal are back to the usual Arsenal way. Arsenal don't finish. The reason I think Arteta should be sacked. Let's see how the second leg work. Okay. Lucky let's say waiting Ijabo they talk about. Shea Gusso say now the new coach go take team go chant. We're here. In Nigeria, miracles happen, magic happens. So we will see. We will see. A new coach that does not even know the players. That's how you know the kind of NFF leadership you have. A new coach that does not know the players. We just come in. This is not football club. This is national team. There's no new club, new coach Banzo. Hey, they'll go there and beat us in our 3 games in the group stage and put the man under pressure. When the World Cup qualifiers will start in March, we'll lose our 2 games again. We'll fire him. We'll start looking for another coaches. All those of you that want to use the World Cup to Japa, go and adopt another country because we're not going anywhere. Our neighbor Ghana have never qualified. We're not going anywhere. Yes, the Olaruwaju says Milan are buying baggage that they do not need. in their lives at this time. Rashford is not Giroud or Abraham, who may not be too talented but have better work ethic. Rashford is shit. Is worse than Tottenham Hotspur. Hey, additional must say you just a crack person up this money. Yes, I know that there's so much stress in the land, so I thought I should add a little bit of fun to the show and not be too serious. Okay, sorry, the time is going to come up, will be serious, but right now let's have some fun. The year is just starting. People have spent a lot of money, paid school fees and all that. Some people are even paying house rent this month. God, imagine you're paying school fees, paying house rent in January. Lord of God, I know envy you, Sha, but I'm not far off. I'm not far off. I'm also within the same range, but God will see all of us through. Well, like what you say, the guy fall like who they do acrobatic. Now, Otumokbo, I want to take Nakam before he even collect the pass to score. Yes, there's a Patrick. Where have you been? It's been away for a very long time. Where have you been? The Liverpool man. He said, good morning, happy new year. Same to you. He said, first off, I wasn't comfortable with the president, Mr. Gusso, being asked the question of the color of the manager he wanted to hire, and also the way he answered the question. We are past all this. Some journalists just like to ask questions anyway. So I'm not even just going to jump into people's job. Whatever they want to do the job, they should do it. Let's just wait and see. Everybody saying a lie. Arteta the lie, I beg. If that match lasted 180 minutes last night, Arsenal won't have still scored a goal. Make a goal by striker back up to Saka and Odegaard. Okay. As Patrick said, also, I think they appointed a coach the system could afford. Additional information, even Brendan Rodgers have gone unbeaten in Scottish League. Thank you very much. Because every time Arsène Wenger visible. People don't go hear what. People have done it. It's no longer something special. It's just something that you're lucky to do. And you go unbeaten and you have 87 points. That's even the worst unbeaten run. Arsenal fans should be ashamed of that thing, but Arsenal fans are ashamed. They'll be like pig now. That's inside soccer way self. They're not ashamed. They say Chris man not ashamed, but my family member are ashamed. So some of us are ashamed. The last one he says, I think Drogba is more of a moment guy. He knows how to show up at most crucial times, so people tend to mistake it for being the greatest. But the guy is good. Don't get me. I'm not saying he's not good, but talking about greatest strikers in the Premier League, they shouldn't mention Drogba. These are the things that I don't like. He doesn't like Drogba. No, it's not about me not liking Drogba, but we should put context to conversation. Drogba cannot be mentioned because what you're doing when you put him among the greatest striker in the Premier League, come on, it's not even the best African player as strikers that played in the Premier League. What's that nonsense? You the greatest striker in the Premier League. Mikel Obi is talking anyhow. You use power to talk. You know the reason. Oh, Lucky Gale say, is Mikel Obi more of a Chelsea legend than Zola? Is Mahrez more of a Man City legend than Shangota? Mahrez is a City legend. I don't know if Shangota is a City legend. Zola is a Chelsea legend. Like Chelsea legend, true and true. I don't know if Mikel Obi is a Chelsea legend. Honestly speaking, I don't know. People can call him, but I don't think Mikel Obi is a Chelsea legend. I don't think so because he was a bench warmer. I was in Brilla when they used to call this guy Chief Justice, Mikel Obi. All of a sudden now he's having opinion everywhere. But I don't think I can push Shangota ahead of Mahrez now. Sports is not about trophies. It is about impact, especially in contests. You might dislike Arsène, but he is. No, I don't dislike him as you think. He is not a legend. You see, listen, we grow. In the land of the blind, they say the one-eyed man is the king. But let me explain this to you in proper context of a conversation. Now, it is up to you to agree or disagree. And this is how I put it. It's like the Okocha being the greatest midfielder for Nigeria conversation. It's a very stupid and dumb conversation. But let's have this conversation because me, no matter how I play with word or I jump around or sometimes I over exaggerate, I still like to stay with facts. Arsène Wenger presided over Arsenal for 22 years. In those 22 years, he had the best generation ever of players in the history of Arsenal. And his failures were more. Another thing you need to look at, Arsène Wenger did not win the Premier League back-to-back. Arsène Wenger only won the Premier League when Man United were resetting. because if you look, you have to also put the context of Man United. Arsène Wenger came into Arsenal when he had only one competition to do with Man United. The very minute a second competition came in, Arsène Wenger faded away completely. There were trophies that Arsenal could have won if Arsène Wenger was just really legendary in terms of his tactics, the way they give him credit. You will know that a coach is so bad that they don't give him credit for his football. They give him credit for the stadium that was built. You and I know that story of Arsène Wenger building a stadium is a lie. Now, it's like the story of many Bible stories that are stupid. The story of creation, for instance, in the Bible is very, very stupid. We all know that the story is stupid, but we buy into it. So, okay, through Adam and Eve, sin came into the world. But wait a minute. Ken went to go and married from Nod. The people in Nod, have any pastor been able to explain to you how they got there? So, which people's sin got into them? Because they were not product of Adam and Eve. And then Cain gave birth, and the story go on and on and on. They were not wiped out of human existence. How did they come into being? Nobody's willing to explain it to you. So you can't tell me Wanda Metropolitan was built during the reign of Diego Simeone. Nobody even said he was the one who built the stadium. Estadio de Gra, what's it called, in Portugal was built. The Arena was built in for Juventus. They moved from Turin to the Juventus Arena. Conte was the manager over a long period of time. Nobody said he built the stadium. How do you even sit? And it's funny that I say highly educated bankers. People say Arsène Wenger was the collateral, was the guarantor for Nigerian bank not even agree, not to talk of British bank will tell you, say, come and take 550 million to build a stadium and guarantee us this coach will be there. What do you mean? When you now look and you ask yourself, okay, all through the Wenger era, did you sell any player for 50 million? No. Did you sell any player up to 40 million? No. So what is even this guarantee? You talk, say, guarantee of Champions League football. Well, after that, for 5 years or so, they never qualified for the Champions League. It's a gamut of conversation. Now, if you tell me that he won the league, that makes him. Then Grant Souness is a legend at Blackburn Rovers. Then Chelsea, what's it called? Thomas Tuchel is a legend at Chelsea. Would you call Thomas Tuchel a legend at Chelsea? He came in within 6 months. He's won the Champions League. Roberto Di Matteo, who also won the FA Cup with Chelsea as a player, scored the fastest goal in the FA Cup finals when Gullit was playing champagne football, became the first foreign manager to win the English FA Cup, would also be seen as a legend. The truth is, Arsenal have what we call the low bar syndrome. So you put anybody is a legend. What legend? Because you win 1 or 2 league titles. Because he changed English football. He did not change English football. No. If we're giving credit for changing English football, we should give it to people like them, Eric Cantona. Silas, if Arsène Wenger changed English football, what did Silas Ferguson do? What would they? Because journalists are paid to write stories that titillate you, that they totally you, like say, get they put a lip on your nipple, does not mean you now not have common sense. I followed the Premier League before I became the Premier League, and I know how English football was. So nobody's going to wake up and tell me, Arsène Wenger came in and changed the Premier League. Change which Premier League? Shut the fuck up and stop hallucinating. Stick to facts that are on ground. He didn't change no Premier League. The Premier League was evolving, and he came and moved with the wind. It's just a narrative that they tell people to make people feel good. We cannot all be stupid. We cannot all be dumb. It's just like somebody woke up one day and said, Igbo people are now Igbo people. They are now welcome to Biafra Republic, and everybody's excited about it. Are you fucking kidding me right now? I said, guys, no. He's a bloody average coach. Bloody average coach. Simple. And average coaches win titles. Don't tell me that average coaches don't win titles. Claudio Ranieri won the Premier League with Leicester, which is either Arsenal winning the Premier League with players like Dennis Bergkamp, Patrick Anelka, Thierry Henry, those players that he had, or Claudio Ranieri winning the players with the Leicester players, winning the Premier League with the players that he had. So sometimes when we sit down and we talk about this legend status, rubbish. He went to the finals of the UEFA Cup and he lost. He went to the finals of the Champions League and he was stupid. His selection was the dumb best selection. You had a team that had not considered a goal in 10 games. You had a Flamini playing left full back. You had Ashley Cole, who was injured all through the season, and you put Ashley Cole in the finals. He's not played any game. He's not tried and tested. He's just come back from it. You played him. You had a Robbie Perez who was battling with injury. You have a Jose Antonio Reyes who was destroying everybody. There was a defender that everybody said was going to take over from was the new Roberto Carlos. His name was Cicinho. Jose Antonio Reyes retired him completely. But guess what? On that day, you played on the same channel. You played Ashley Cole and Robbie Perez because you want to please your friend, your countryman, and your people. When we got red card, the same Robbie Perez removed. Immediately, the player decided he wants to leave the club, and nobody sees that. People pretend like that did not happen because it is Arsène Wenger. He has mastered the act of using the media to turn people head. All the things he fought against when he was a manager are the things he's doing now with FIFA's IFAB and say this should happen, that should happen. Somebody who said football director is not good. Now telling everybody to have a football director. Man, shut the fuck up and don't tell me that Arsène Wenger is a legend. It's not for me. Arsène Wenger cannot be an Arsenal legend, but on my watch, you can say anything. Because they build the stats, he starts outside the stadium. Colonial masters, slave masters have their statues all over America. Does that mean that they are good things? Shongo, demonic people have their statues everywhere. So let's not use statue to judge. I am talking football that I know. And I'm going to stay there. How do you, in the history of world football, name another coach that is mentioned and his success is a stadium? Are you the general manager of the team? Are you the accountant? Are you the director? A club that have chairman, have board, you credit building a stadium to a coach. You never already tell you say these people not essence. No, let's be very honest. Additional of must say, even Steven Gerrard Rangers side became the second team to win the Scottish Premiership and go a full season without losing a game. That now makes him a legend. You know, some very nonsense thing that they give credit to Wenger for. And people going to defend them. Like if people can say things to you, use your own common sense to think that no, this thing don't make sense now. Not a big deal. Which is harder to go a season unbeaten or to win the Premier League back-to-back 3 straight times or 4 straight times. Hamzat Abdullah says, good morning, the master. Please, your take on the newly head coach of the Spurs until I unveil him. I like the way you use the word head coach anyway because he heard the bring smoke by hitting radiator head. Lucky Ogale say, Arsène Wenger made a mistake, not a mistake. Arsène Wenger made a plethora of mistakes, stupid ones, dumb ones. So they're not even good there. There's nothing. See, if you like, bring a million lawyer to defend Arsène Wenger. For as long as my football will they talk about, Arsène Wenger is shit. As far as I'm concerned, he's shit. He didn't make a mistake. He made millions of mistakes. Do you know that Arsène Wenger is remembered for? Let me tell you how Arsène Wenger is remembered. For the many players he wanted to sign that he did not sign. He's not remembered for good things. So. He's remembered for the many players Arsenal were supposed to sign, the Cristiano Ronaldos of this world, the Zlatan Ibrahimovic of this world, the Kaká, the Messi, the players that Arsenal were supposed to sign that he didn't sign because of his dumb way of running a football club. And then remember for building a stadium. Which club in the world where a coach had the power to build a stadium? Why not even they think this thing safe? Like I'm just listening to people. When I listen to people, like, you don't get sense. Because when you both talk and listen are true. Did Oyibo not tell you that there was weapon of mass destruction in Iraq? Does it make it true? Did they not tell you that Gaddafi is planning to bomb the whole world? Is it true? If Oyibo tell you something, let me say you don't get common sense. My mother go say common sense now the sense where we say you don't need to go school to get. Now the one where they born you with, where God give you, and the follow can be that. I didn't have much say, like I say, Arsène Wenger made a mistake, many mistake. He would have gone to Madrid, Sabi coach or Bayern. They have a winning environment. He would have the trophies you mock him for not having now. The problem, listen, coaches have also gone to Madrid and did not win anything. Coaches have also gone to Bayern and did not win anything. Arsène Wenger would not have won those things that you talk about because his way of saying is he is a shallow coach. You people just think the man. I give him credit. Arsène Wenger had the best media team in the world. Arsène Wenger is the first coach to come with a PRO. I give him that credit. I have tried to interview Arsène Wenger. Arsène Wenger have a team of 26 people in his media team currently. He's not coaching, currently 26 people. Firewalls that you have to pass through to get through to him. So I understand. When it comes to media, he is good at it. He mastered Frenchman. He mastered it. But it does not mean that me, Esogene Daffy, the grandson of Delepe, will come sit down here. They look that nonsense and buy into it. No, I get sense now. Sure, I still play this football small. I follow football. I know the inner workings of football. You can't just come and blindfold me and just sell a story, put it, optimize it on Google, and every time you search, you see rubbish. Nonsense. I do not must say Arsenal had half chances to get back into the game. Arsenal does not do well when they go behind at all. Anyway, nothing they come out of Arsenal this season again. The now one say Jackson in front of the goal, missing 10 chances is better than Havertz missing even 2 chances. After all, you still know that you have a proper striker rather than having a project in front of you. Fisher now say Arteta to na legend, na club legend. Edition Lavma said today na special edition. As Patrick say, Mikel and Jackson are at it again. Funny stuff. Edition Lavma say China sabi write book. His stories are so captivating and natural. Thanks for the book again. You're welcome, bro. The last one you say, in a way, Mikel Obi's word about Jackson is now biting back. Adijala Avma says, when Arab won't bring money by Man United, their mumu make them reject their destiny saver in life. Lucky Gale says that Rashford way una the run down. I don't watch and play ball, and he's sabi, but not sabi. I hope he finds his form back. You see this talk, this kind of talk. Now I need to understand. So let's imagine. Why are we not saying that we hope that Nicola Jackson finds his form back? Why keep the form? I'm paying you $350. You play only 3 months of every season that you want to perform. Rashford has not given us 1 full season. When he's close to the end of his career, I've seen this type of player play for Arsenal. Jack Wilshere, the Theo Walcott, that one where they keep people, Rambo, Aaron Ramsey. I've seen them. I've seen many footballers like that. That's not good. That's a fraudster. That's a football fraudster. You don't say that Rashford's high play ball. Rashford's high play ball. England national team with all these small children with their food, you need to feel they make the team again. You say you find it for. When the last time you see Rashford play for the England national team? England national team be average team. We're not talking of a big team that's okay. This is not a big team. Okay, the stars, the caliber of stars, too much. Rashford knows high play ball. You not happy. You say he's trying his form again. He is quite young. Okay, too much money in the game is killing some of these. They're not sabi. If too much money is killing him, then you're not sabi. Simple. We cannot set a separate rule for him. He's supposed to play, sign the contract. First of all, his job is to play. Look at that. I say for Burna Boy's Grammy, what Acme is doing is typical Nigerian behavior. Someone cannot succeed without Nigerians pouring debt into it. A failed musician mocking the success of a hardworking one. But then Burna Boy kind of like sarcastically agreed that it happened. Akimbola Lanre says, this romance between Mikel and Jackson now something else. Simon Campbell said, good morning, Elebeta, good morning to you. What is your take about Super Eagles' current coach? I will give you guys my take, not today, but I will give you guys my take. Just relax. There's a Patrick, in this age, everyone has opinion. I was phoneless for sometimes, funny period. LOL. There's a Patrick say, lazy journalism. Galatians 1982. From the outside looking in at Arsenal, they appear to have enough cover for Saka with the options they have. It depends if Arteta thinks this do. So the problem, again, this is where I have a problem with how people look at Arsenal. Arsenal is the only club where you think that Saka's absence is the problem of the team. No, that's not the problem of the team. The problem of the team is that they don't have a go-to player. When they do all this working, who's the receiver that will take it and put it in the net? That's the real problem. Bukayo Saka, when I come, Bukayo Saka don't do this team before, they don't win anything. So why are we making it look like the absence of Bukayo Saka is the reason why? Arsenal have only programmed people's mind to believe that 2 seasons ago it was Saliba's injury. Last season it was luck that was against them, against Aston Villa. The team does not know how to play clutch football. The team does not have the ability to deliver when it matters most. Arsenal only wins when it is convenient to win, not when it matters most. So whether they have Saka, Newcastle for CBD yesterday, whether they don't have Saka, it's not a big deal. They don't lose to Newcastle with Saka on the squad, 90 minutes. So it's not a big deal. That's not the thing. This team is lacking a striker. What they only need is, and I agree with you that they have players that can play in that position, not necessarily signed currently. But the thing is, this team is not balanced. They have truckload of defenders, they have pretty decent midfielders, but up front, there's not a single striker. Gabriel Jesus is not a striker. Can have it. Forget about that one. Look at that. They say, share now one match where Arsène win in the last 14. They caused all this meltdown. They didn't win only one match. in the last 14. I'm not sure you're following us now properly. Galatians 1982, Wenger was a bit of a surprise at the time. Few people in Britain knew anything. Now, so the problem with this analogy again, this is because British people are dumb, they don't know football, does not mean, okay, I know Wenger before I came because I follow Monaco. I follow French football. And again, if British people don't know Wenger, it does not mean that because it was a surprise, that changes anything. It doesn't change anything. Wenger does not deserve the hype that he gets. You had 22 years at the club, you win three Premier League titles, 5 FA Cup or so. And then because you went one season unbeaten, now if you give any other coach 22 years on the top club, you win. But now, let's look at the indices. When Wenger came in, there was only one top team in the league. That team is Manchester United. Wenger did not wrestle the title from Manchester United. If you are a pure football person that is judging football without sentiment and emotion, you will know that the only time Arsène Wenger won the title was when Man United were going into a reboot. 97-98 season, Man United had 11 critical injured players out. They were going through a reboot. And then Arsenal won it. Immediately they dealt with that injury. They came back again and won it straight 3. Right? So it wasn't even Patrick Vieira said something in an interview with Gary Neville. He said, as much as everybody is excited, I'm paraphrasing now, excited about that team, that we always wonder why couldn't they win the title back to back. Listen, the squad that Arsène Wenger had in his disposal, no other coach in the Premier League era have had that kind of squad in their disposal. Arsène Wenger have had Nicolas Anelka, the most promising young player to ever play in the Premier League. Since 1992 to date, he's the most promising young striker to play in the Premier League. He's so good, he's fast as a gazelle, he's quick, he's incredible scoring. Yet, Arsenal won only one league title and the FA Cup with him. He left so soon, okay? But his leaving did not create a long-term vacuum. His leaving immediately brought Thierry Henry, who struggled only for 12 matches. After that, he became an enigma. He became the gold standard of what a striker should be. He changed the way strikers play in the Premier League. Every defender who played against him would testify to that. He didn't score in finals, but what he did before finals were good enough for you to win anything. Not everybody scores in the finals, right? So when you look at that and you ask yourself, it's like saying, Ronaldo da Lima didn't win Champions League, he's not a good striker. No. What did Wenger do? Now, Arsenal also had Kano Wanko, they also had Dennis Beckham. Dennis Beckham was so good, he made 2 players become the all-time highest goal scorer at Arsenal. One was Arteta. You will say Arteta had been scoring before Dennis Beckham came in 1995, but then he accelerated him. Just immediately as soon as he left, try and think about this thing carefully. When Arteta left was when Thierry Henry came. So Thierry Henry had not scored one goal. With Dennis Beckham behind him, he became the all-time highest goal scorer. 220-something goals in all, right? Now, if you backtrack to the midfield, Arsenal have had a midfield that had Marco Van Mars, the best of the best. You can compare them to the Sir Alex Ferguson's team that had Andre Koscielny, Mark Hughes, Ryan Giggs, David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Roy Keane. And if you put, at par, measure them, measure for measure, I would pick, and I insist, I would pick Vieira ahead of Roy Keane any day, anytime. Van Mars, I will pick him ahead of Ryan Giggs, right? That's not to say Ryan Giggs is not good. I'm just telling you, I will pick him. David Beckham obviously stays ahead of anybody that's played on the right side of Arsenal, ahead of them. But then when you look at any striker that Man United have had, from Dwight York and the coach and the Sheringham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to anybody with Van Nistelrooy, even Cristiano Ronaldo, I will still pick Thierry Henry ahead of them. Sir Alex Ferguson was able to use those teams to win the Premier League back to back 3 times. And he repeated it again. Arsène Wenger had his own once and then struggled. Even the unbeaten team that they talked about, they got knocked out of the FA Cup. They got knocked out of the Champions League. What exactly is so amazing? Xabi Alonso took a dead Bayer Leverkusen team that never won anything in their history, won the league, won the DFB Pokal, and went on to the finals of the UEFA Europa Cup. Even though he didn't win it against Atlanta, you would applaud him. You would rate that performance way, way, way higher than what Wenger did. So whether journalists know him or not, it's not my business. I'm judging from the result on the field. Now, this season Eduardo da Silva got injured, Arsenal had the title in their grip Arsène Wenger's stupid psychology of let's play the Arsenal way. We lost the title by 4 points. You know how we lost those titles? A draw against Middlesbrough, a draw against Birmingham, a draw against what's it called? Middlesbrough, Birmingham, Bolton Wanderers, and Leeds United. Those draw, we lost the title by 4 points. All they needed was to win 2 of those games, and all they needed, those were games where they were leading 2 goals to nothing, and then they went on losing 3-2, 4-2, like that. Those are games where Arsène Wenger could have regrouped and say, you know what, 2 goals up, let us regroup and make sure we don't concede. No, but play the Arsenal way. Arsenal lost. That's tactical problem. It's not about whether the players were young. Robbie Van Persie, one again of the most prodigiously talented players to play in the Premier League. Across board, name anybody, Jermaine Defoe, Jermaine Pennant, Joko, name anybody. Robbie Van Persie stand head, shoulders higher above all of them. Arsène Wenger used him. He scored 30 goals in the season, scored 27 goals in the season. But guess what? He went to Manchester United, didn't train every day, trained only twice a week. Won the Premier League scoring 30 goals. What the fuck are you people telling me that Arsène Wenger is he? I mean, go put Arsène Wenger for bush. Whether they know him or they don't know him, it doesn't matter. You are a coach, your job is to coach. When they now start using a stadium to rate you, you know you're a bad coach. Nobody talk about his tactics. If you talk about Pep Guardiola, you say he brought tiki-taka. That's what you know him for. You don't say that Pep Guardiola built a youth academy or he sold players to the tune of 500 million. No. Nobody's going to talk about that about Pep Guardiola. He won them their first Champions League title. He won them. He took Man City to win 4 straight. Whatever they are suffering today, he will give him his flowers because of football reasons, not because of the facilities or the money that he spent. So when you want to give Arsène Wenger his flowers, give him his footballing flowers. And again, we'll put it side by side. In 22 years, you have probably 5 glorious seasons in 22 years. What happened to the other 17 rubbish seasons that you have? Are we going to pretend like it's not happening? Arteta is having 1 bad season and people are saying they should sack him. Arsène Wenger has 17 or 15 terrible seasons. And you're telling me that he's a great coach? What the fuck is that? Please. Don't tell me the things that I don't even want to hear. Because this is a coach that I followed in the right age, in my prime of following football. I didn't have bills to pay, I didn't have anything, but I followed this football. They're telling me for 22 years that's what he had to offer. And he built the stadium. That's even the dumbest thing that anybody says. And anybody who is foolish enough to believe it deserves to beat himself. The last one he said is only Wenger that will sign a player that is coming all the way from Owerri to Calvary. And he will see not end up there. Making fans to converse on it to the end. Yes. Gonzalo Higuain. I could name 50 players. One Mata. All this, Sean Wright, Philip, Michael Essien, all these players were coming to Arsenal. Arsenal fans don't even do jersey with their name on it. They end up in another club. They tell me Arsène Wenger do what? Rubbish coach. So Olobo just says, Baba, good morning. I heard your exclusive with Ulisse Sunday. He spoke highly of Arsène Wenger. I remember Ulisse called him an asset to football. So let me just say this for the record. When you do an interview, I don't know how many people who will do an interview and talk rubbish about their boss that they're working with. Even my former boss, we're all castigating her. When we're working there, we're praising him. The truth is, one of the things you should know, and this is not me trying to make Ulisse look bad, we've had conversation away from that interview about this same Arsène Wenger. So don't even go there. No, you don't want to know what we talk about. So don't even go there at all. Just leave it like that. The politics of an interview is what you heard. So just leave it. Galessa 1982 said Kano was outrageous mate. Kano was quality in the Premier League. He's fitted in perfectly and was one of the best players to watch work. His retention. See, Kano Wako is the only footballer that if I see anybody criticize his football, I could go fisticuff for them because Kano Wako was good. You know how good Kano Wako is? Kano Wako was so good, Postinor signed him and they won the FA Cup with him. Just think about Postinor winning an FA Cup in England. Just let that sink. Postinor were going through financial difficulties. They were in problems. They were owing players. Till today, they still haven't paid Kano Wako for winning the FA Cup for them. Right? They were going through all of those shit. Postinor was like Heartland Football Club. Right? They won the FA Cup because Kano Wako was on their side. Arsène Wenger had Dennis Beckham, had Kano Wako, Patrick Vieira, everybody. When I leave all this, if there's nothing you want to tell me about Wenger. Wenger's a monumental failure of a coach. Lucky Valley say lose, not win first, lost in 14 games. Okay. Samuel Lubajide says, I did a research yesterday. Liverpool bottled the league for a long time, and at week 20, we were 40 points and Liverpool was 45. But Arsenal dragged the title to the end with City. Where was Liverpool? And what's the point of that question? As Patrick said, today is Wenger show. I love being here. The last one said Wenger made strategize. He done the course confession for FIFA too. One of the things that I read one interview. I watched Colotori because I've watched a lot of Arsène Wenger's players give interviews. One of the things that Colotori said, and Vieira also alluded to that, and I've heard Ripalo on TalkSport say that a lot, that Wenger does not know anything about the opposition. He doesn't tell them anything about the opposition. First off, in any capacity, even grassroots coaching, that's poor coaching. What Wenger does is he tells you what you can do to win, which is good. That's also positive, right? But not knowing the opposition. Do you know why Jose Mourinho always beat Arsène Wenger? Arsène Wenger does not know what is coming. He just set out his team to go play. Now let me tell you another stupid thing that Wenger did. Mesut Ozil was in the best form of his game. And Arsenal was playing against Chelsea. Mesut Ozil got injured in the 15th minute. Arsène Wenger kept him on the field till the 75th minute before substituted him. That guy went out for the whole season. An injury that got aggravated to the point where you could have removed him initially, but you kept him and you're fondling your zip. And then the guy went out for the whole season. That's the season of specialist in failure. And then you sit here and tell me that coach is a good coach. I said, Wenger is shit as far as I'm concerned. There's no, like, you can say 1 million things about Wenger and I will give you 10 billion things why it was a failure. Nobody's going to come and gaslight me because I practically watched every single game. I traveled to England, I bought tickets, I went to Stadium, Highbury, I watched this team. One person can't tell me what the club where my papa work for. Why no? Like the back of my palm. I walk within the inner circles. I hear what people say, but the politics of name. Let's protect his name. It's just like Graham, the guy who left us and I went to coach. He shot players money, but do you ever see people talk about it that way? No. That's how they work in England. They protect their own, but doesn't mean that I'll sit. I'm not an Englishman. I'm not protected. I'm not a company man. Well, say my truth. What is it called? So Awolowo says I did the research. Okay, I think I've read that one. Patrick. Galicia say memory lane. Lucky Galicia says your line. Arsène not get money for signing. Not the Wenger send players from Owe Cavalry. Chelsea, Bayern, and Madrid don't bother coaches with signing players. That's the winning environment. Once again, logically, you're wrong. I said Wenger, when David Day left. Now, try and remember this very well because you seem to have a fuzzy memory. I don't. Not because I'm an Arsenal fan, but because I am like a member. I'm an insider. It's like when you guys talk about Brilla. I've seen people talk about Brilla FM, and I laugh because I've seen people talk about ITV. The other day, Osasoba Iwana, we don't know anything about ITV, was talking that Tony Zuba is the one that made the company go bankrupt. And like, look at this dumb opinion that this person is giving. You don't know fact about something. You keep quiet. Listen, I can pride myself as an insider. One, my father worked there. Not only that, I know the inner workings. Let me tell you how Arsenal was successful with the Wenger early era. There was a man called David Dean. His son was the guy who was managing just about every player that matters. Patrick Vieira, Emmanuel Petit, Marco Vamas, Christopher Ray, Emmanuel Adebayo later, Thierry Henry. Remember that Arsenal was the first club to ever pay £100,000 a week for any player. Thierry Henry. They were paying him £70,000 in England, and then they paid him through an offshore account for the balance £40,000, right? Now, we could go on and on in this conversation. One of the things that I need to let you understand is the very minute, go back and check the history of Arsenal, the very minute David Day stepped out, the new board, Hillwood and the rest, they told Arsène Wenger that he needed a football director. Arsène Wenger swore that over his dead body he wouldn't work with a football director. And that was the beginning of Arsenal's failure. People pretend like that did not happen. It's like seeing genocide happen and pretending like it did not happen. That's gaslighting. And I'm not going to take it, because if you're going to take credit for all of the things that he did, he should take responsibility for all of the things that he didn't do well. And everybody pretending like that did not happen is painful. It's bad. And so he refused. That's the reason why he was in charge. Do you know how Arsenal's transfer were protected? Let me tell you how it works. So in case you don't understand the inner workings of a football club, a coach comes to work in the morning, let's say 7 o'clock, as Wenger 8 o'clock. Oh, but he does come early. He doesn't have anything to do at home, so he comes early. Maybe 6 a.m., right? You can't call a selling club at 6 a.m. You wait till 8 a.m. 8 a.m. training have started. Your training is 2 to 4 hours sometimes, right? So you are negotiating a transfer with a club who's also listening to other people. And then they are calling you or sending you a fax, but you are in the training ground. Your phone is ringing, but the phone is in the office. The fax machine is beeping, but it's in the office. And then you're in your training ground. And you know how it is. Arsène Wenger was law. Nobody runs from the office and tell him that your phone is ringing. Everybody stays off his path. And then that club who wants to sell needs the money. And then you're negotiating. Let's start with the Sharai Philip. Sharai Philip, you had a deal for 11 million. Already agreed. Just do paperwork. You were busy in training. Chelsea came in and said, 11 million, we'll give you 21 million. Sharai Philip was signed because the club needs the money. Michael Essien, you had a deal in place for 12.7 million. Do the deal. You were busy in training. Chelsea came in and did, I think it was 16 or 18 million, and the player has gone. What about Luis Suarez? You did 50 plus 1. Who does that fucking shit? Get a football director, you say over your dead body. Do a good deal, you say no. Now, you could argue that, if you had a football director, that would have happened. Silas Ferguson also, when Gil left, didn't have a football director, but he did deals. He knew how to call agent to do intermediary for him, get the job done, get them paid their commission. I mean, I have my own issues with Silas Ferguson, but he managed his corruption well. So Arsène Wenger, Arsène Wenger, on the other hand, did rubbish, and we should call him to account. Don't lower the standard when it comes to him. We should call him to account for those nonsense. Not every time you make excuse, this one. No, it was him. Because if he agreed that, I need a football director that will get his, you think Arteta would have been able to move the eye of the needle if Edu was not there? You think all those transfers would have happened? No. So let's not give excuse. Galatians 18:12 say, well, it's an obvious thing to say, but United were good in those, excellently good. But then Chelsea came and they were no longer good. Why? Because they had a team and a coach who knew what he was doing. They won the title back to back. Then Carlo Ancelotti came. Then Filippo Scolari came in. Then every other person came in. Manchester United, were they not still good? Competition changes the dynamics of a good team. That's all I'm saying. And Arsenal did not change the dynamics of a good team. They only won when the team was rejuvenated. It's simple. Now, on hindsight, everything is supposed to be clear, but some people are still fogging their eyes with the lies of yesterday. We can, see someone blaming Wenger for causing confusion at FIFA. Is that fact or pure hatred? Because that cannot even be banter anymore. Well, you're not in the inner workings of FIFA. FIFA is not a holy grail. As Patrick says, why are you bringing Liverpool into this conversation? Listen, Patrick, why are you afraid of people talking about Liverpool? The Galatians 1982 say United winning the treble in 1999 was excruciatingly painful. I won't blame Wenger for that one, Sha. Dennis Beckham missed that penalty. We won't even have that conversation. But again, people always give excuse. Look at that Man United team. Peter Schmeichel was the worst goalkeeper of the season. It was terrible, but they still managed to win the title. Man United had injuries in the semi-final so bad that Postinor and Roy Keane didn't play in that finals. Two of the keyest players in that team. The Wenger was not playing wide, he was playing in midfield. But they end up winning it. You see, some elements that works when coaches are serious and when coaches know their job is different. There's a big Wenger to setting conversation. No, I still have a ticky spasm when I see Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's Champions League winner. I didn't have any problem with Man United. I was one of those young boys in that era who accepted that Man United was way, way better than Arsenal. I supported Arsenal, one, because my father worked for the club, but secondly, I grew up in a religious house, even though I'm not like that anymore. And the fact that the name Red Devil was just attached to the club, if not, I think at heart I'm a Man United fan. If not, there's a club that I really loved was Man United. But I mean, you can't grow up in my mother's house. But then when Alex Ferguson sent me a note, sent me a letter, my mom went and framed it on the wall. I still can't forget that. Like Red Devil, you put that on the wall, but it's one of those things that happened in everybody's life. So I really did not feel bad. Yeah, the FA Cup semi-finals broke my heart, but seeing them win, for me, it was a labor that they've earned. It's because it was a long time coming. The Champions League, winning that Champions League in 1999 was a long time coming. They were losing, falling short, and then they got there. And it's like they deserve this, because if you look up until 1999, let's be very honest. Up until 1999, Manchester United was the team that gave us everything in football, from Gary Pallister to Steve Bruce to David Beckham. Paul Scholes can play football, sure. Paul Scholes, Roy Keane, Andre Kanchaskills, Paul Furlong, Andy Cole, Dwight York, Teddy Sheringham, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's come off the bench, who scored 2, 3, hat-trick, 4 goals in the match. It was just different. I mean, there was Efani Koku there with the crazy guy in Wimbledon. There was this guy. There was Jason Hill with Charlton Athletic. But the focus, even though you supported that club, was this Manchester United team that know how to cross the ball and is going to be buried in the net. A team that does not say die. 90th minute, they are scoring goals, Fergie time and all that, bad officiating against opposition, but they were just the excitement of the league. So when they won it, for me, it was good. It was, it was okay. But now I say, who wouldn't win league in 22 years in one club? Even Diego Simeone, competing with almighty Barcelona and Madrid, has won La Liga with Atletico de Madrid. And he doesn't get the kind of credit and adulation that Arsène Wenger gets. Galatians 1982, doesn't Wenger work for UEFA now in some sports ambassadorial role or something? Yes, it works for FIFA actually, not UEFA. The last you say 4 back-to-back draws in 2008 season, and that was it. Ferguson and Man United came from behind, 16 points behind, to win the league with a scrap. Galatians 1982. So what do you reckon of the prospect of Jonathan David on free in the summer from Lyon? My problem with getting Jonathan David, honestly speaking, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Jonathan David is not a good player. But you see, Arsenal does not need a good player in this team anymore. They have too many good players in this team. They need, what Arsenal need to turn this thing around, they need an Eric Cantona moment. If you look at this Arsenal team, one of the biggest problems is that they are same of the same. Too many nice guys in this team. They don't have a player who can take the ball and eliminate 3 players from the opposition. They have what I call a perfect symphony team. So when the symphony aligns, everybody, the metronome, everything is playing, the sound is good. But you see, the thing with an orchestra is one bad sound can destroy the whole orchestra. And that's what Arsenal is. Arsenal does not need that kind of thing. Arsenal need a bandits. Arsenal need a team of bandits. That's what Manchester United had when they brought in Eric Cantona. Because Eric Cantona now activated the madness in Andre Kaczewski's, activated the madness in Mark Hughes, and then Roy Keane was now happy to play as a devil, you understand, as a villain, knowing fully well that people going forward will do the job. Arsenal needs that kind. You don't need a weak, nice guy like Kai Havertz. You don't need a born-again Jesus like Gabriel Jesus. You don't need a Martinelli who is satisfied with playing 0.5 ounce over 50%. You don't need a Bukayo Saka who already sees himself like he has passed George Weah, David Beckham and the rest, like he's the poster boy of everything that is good about football. You need bad boys. Unfortunately, Arsenal does not have bad boys in this team. And that's the thing that they need. Jonathan is another good boy. He's a good striker. Yes, Jonathan is another good striker. But he comes in and he gives you 15, 20 goals. It's not similar to what Kai Havertz will give you in all competition. So you don't need that. You need a brutal bad boy. Instead of signing him, I honestly will go and sign Oli Watkins and tell him that Watkins, what Alex Ferguson told Robin Van Persie, I want to win a title with you. That's all. The only reason you're coming here is I want to win a title with you. All these old drama, I don't need it. Tell me how many times you will train a week. If you don't want to train every day, I don't have a problem with it. But when I put you on that field, I need you to score the goals. I am demanding 45 goals in all competition from you. Lowest is 30 in all competition. That's what I brought you here for. I don't bring you here to come and do press conference, to come and do social media, to come and be nice. No, don't come and say Jesse. That's just what I need you for. That's the kind of striker they need. They need a bad boy. Arsenal have too many good, nice and dandy, honeycomb kind of players. Arsenal does not need another Jonathan. What's it called? Jonathan David to come in. Does look good, but it doesn't fit the bill. They need a brute force. A ruthless human being, a very arrogant, somebody have a very high opinion of himself, somebody who thinks he's better than what he is, and who comes in and is ready to prove it. He's Latin type of guy, an idiot. They need a nuisance. Arsenal need a nuisance right now. The team is too nice. Look at everybody in the team. Arsenal is doing a fashion show, looking at models. This look like that team that Arsène put up Fabregas, Rosicky, Nasri, Gaklichi, fine boys everywhere. But when it matters, when they push them before. No, Arsenal doesn't need that. Galatians 1982 say Kano had that wonderful language style and was good to see. The thing with him is you can't really compare his style to many, if any, forward. Klinsmann was an exciting signing too. I just wanted to see the best players. Yeah, Klinsmann, when Klinsmann signed for Tottenham Hotspur, I cried, because he was supposed to go to Arsenal, and Graham was hell-bent on the fact that Wright was a better player than him. I agree. Yeah, but I thought, I grew up loving Klinsmann. I saw Klinsmann in Italy, one-on-one at the airport. I froze. Yes, in Milan. I saw him as a kid. When my other sister took me to Italy back then in 1991. So when that guy signed for Tottenham Hotspur, I was like, God, fucking shit. He went to the worst club. Him and David Ginola. Let's not talk about this now. Somebody's gonna start crying in the studio. Yeah, as a Patrick say, a failure or a total failure is a total failure. Galatians 1982 say, I was excited to see Gigi Kasiragi in the Premier League for Chelsea, but was dog shit for Chelsea. Yes, he was. He was one of those signings that came in with high expectation. I did have high expectation for him too, but I don't know. Football sometimes just bounces differently for some people. It was really, really terrible. Like I say, can a coach tell the board of Madrid or Bayern Munich that the point is that Arsenal is a mediocre club? That's why all that happened. Wenger shouldn't take all the blame. But if he's taking the credit, he should take the blame. That's my point. If he doesn't come out and say, oh, okay, this is what happened, if he's taking all the credit, then he should take the blame. I mean, we can't sit in Nigeria here and Tinubu will come and tell us that he's done this, he's done that, and take all the credit. I will not take the blame for what is going on. We know that some of the problems came from Obasanjo to Yar'Adua, who's the worst president in every country, to Goodluck Jonathan, to Buhari, to him. But right now, he's taking credit for all of the good he's doing. He should take the blame for the inflation and the economic mess that we're having. That's what I am saying. You can't take credit for good things, and even the things that you didn't do, and then all of a sudden when things go wrong, you want to blame the board. No. We didn't give the credit to the board for building a stadium. Why you want to blame the board for the failures on the pitch? Yeah, I don't know if you understand, if I'm communicating, but if you give him credit for building a stadium that he didn't build, why would you not give the board a blame for things that they didn't do? So I say what I said because I'm surprised people are coming hard on Arteta that he is a baby coach and he should go. I don't think Arteta should go. I don't really think that there's a new coach that will come in. I think that Arsenal needs to do more signing, more, get the team a lot more balanced, more competitive, and then stop signing some of the same type of players. That's just my opinion anyway. Demola Benny say, love today's show. I remember that Vieira talk about not winning the league back to back was in the Gary Neville podcast. Wenger and a failure truly, because Arsenal get plenty star players there. So Olubajide says, I was talking to a friend yesterday. He told me that if we know the stuff Arteta has done for Arsenal, we should thank him. Before Arteta era, Arsenal was a sinking ship. So, but I wouldn't want Arteta to go, because I think Arteta have actually raised the bar so high that the people start expecting. Again, another problem for Arsenal have is AFTV. I love the YouTube channel. I love what they do. They are growing. Incredible job they are doing. But I think that people are now locked up to what those people say so much religiously, and you know how opinion can sway the minds of people. They now rate Arsenal players. AFTV was the one that made people feel like Bukayo Saka is a world-class player. It's an average player that just plays having a few good seasons. Okay, we don't have a striker. Obviously, we don't have a striker. A team that doesn't have a striker, a team that have only one creative midfielder, and you expect them to work magic. When Man City was dominating, they have Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, David Silva. You know, they have Gundogan, they have Mahrez, all of these guys creating. You have only one creative player in your team who doesn't play to the left, whose only focus is on the right, who is not 50% of what Cesc Fabregas is, and you think your team is a world-class team. Come on. So much to talk about. Like I say, when he left Arsenal, there is still no replacement for him. They need a player to complement this team this winter. Have they made a move? The coach is not the problem. The club is mediocre, not aggressive. But what have I been saying since morning? It's a mediocre club, and that's what I've said. Okay, that 2008 Arsenal bottling is the year I gave up on the team. Okay, concluded that they will never make it. Fabregas, Adebayo, in the entirely team played good football, but failed to cross the line. You are very right with what you just said. Arsenal really need weary player. Sometimes you need. Why do you think that Drogba is rated the way he is? If we go by numbers, Drogba is not really fantastic by numbers. But you see, the thing is, when it comes to crossing the line, nobody crosses the line better than DJ Drogba. Nobody. And nice players don't cross the line. Nice players play and give excuses, put their hands up and say, oh, referee did this on against us. Drogba is the guy that will spit in the face of a referee if he needs to cross the line with that. Drogba is a guy that would, when Drogba left, do you know the guy who came in and helped them cross the line? His name is Diego Costa. Diego Costa is not a fantastic footballer, but he's a madman. He's a beast, an animal. The guy who look at you and tell you that I'm going to take you on and I'm going to score. If you like, put a last man barricade, a first FRSC barricade, a Mopo, a soldier, IPOB, whatever barricade, Boko Haram barricade, I'm going to that goal and I'm dragging all of you to that goal. That's exactly what Arsenal doesn't have right now. They need a madman who doesn't care, who's also not afraid to take a red card if he needs to. But listen, he's going to put the fear of God on you. Arsenal doesn't have that kind of player right now. And these guys are nice guys. Oh, that's the tactics. Go and get a corner kick across it. Rubbish. They didn't get past those kind of nonsense. Peter Waneda says the Twitter. Okay, I think. Take a part. Let me say, is Osimhen that kind of rude? This question is interesting. This Osimhen question that you just asked now is very, very, it is titillizing. My problem, okay, let me finish the question before I answer. Is Osimhen that kind of rude, bad player you are talking about? In its totality, Osimhen is that kind of player. My own problem bringing Osimhen to Arsenal is have small cup mentality. Osimhen is already seen himself as over successful. There's no longer. If he goes to Arsenal, gets that big deal and all that, which is good for them. The black African mentality that most people have. Don't draw by an exception to the rule. The actually is an exception to the rule. But majority of the black African, once I bet all those things, yeah, okay. The dream is no longer higher. So that's where I worry about. To be very honest, to answer that question direct, yes, that's the kind of player. Jonathan, nice. The boy, Canadian. There's a Patrick say, look at Madrid, sir, because we won 8 trophies in 13 years at Liverpool. Then I should accept every other shit. I don't accept that, please. Who are you actually talking to? I don't know. Let me say, boss, what is the reality Arsenal can get this January to boost their... I don't know, because it's the owner that will decide. I don't know what's the amount of money they're putting out. I don't even know if they want to sign, because if they're planning to sign, we should be having a right. I think that Arsenal needs to make like 3 or 4 signings this January and then wait for what happens in the summer. Like I said, the Arsenal Arteta took over, played the final of the Europa League. that is far from a sinking ship. A team that win a league can be a sinking ship. The team that won the Premier League, Manchester United in 2020, was a sinking ship, and that's the ship we're saying now. So you can win a title and be a sinking ship, actually, because it could be at the very tail end of it. Arteta started, the players finish sinking ship. Raymond Crystal, example of a madman Arsenal need is who? Arsenal need. I think that Burns is a madman. Somebody will talk about him. Is a player that they need, but I don't know what he will turn into. I'm worried about him. I mean, he used to be my favorite player, but lately, since that Finidi George incident, I have a problem with the way he's gone. So I'm a little bit worried about him because I don't think so. But yeah, those are some of the players that he can get in. Finally, there are no players anymore. And the last on the show, here's the Patrick. In every successful Arsenal team, who was that madman they had? Terry Henry was a madman, Vieira was a madman, Emmanuel Petit was a madman, what's it called? So Campbell, who crossed the channel, who committed the greatest Judas sin of telling the fans of Tottenham Hotspur that he was going to renew his contract, and then he ran his contract, and then was a captain, went on to sign for Arsenal. That was a madman. And then you have the small madmen like Ripalo, Robbie Van Persie. One madman that didn't stay too long, God bless his soul, rest his soul, is Jose Antonio Reyes. Was so he could challenge Thierry Henry. That's the kind of mad players that they need. Unfortunately, even though they didn't win that much with them that time, because they had a coach who's not interested in time, just think that players just go out on the field and play. But I mean, that's the kind of players that they need right now. Fortunately, I don't know if they're going to get them anyway. But well, that's where we come to the end of the show today. It's been a long plan to be here for now. We've done 2 hours. Thank you very much. Galicia 1982. That's not going to go notice. I think this is the first time seeing you on the channel. Thank you very much. Please do it with us again every day in Nigerian time. That's like if you're in the UK, that's 10 currently until the clock changes. But it was nice being on the show today. And, friends along, let's have this conversation. Your thoughts on Cameron Cole. I think I really love it. God bless you. You guys have a wonderful day. My again is Idafi Matches. I'm going to have to come in with on Spurs. Bye bye.